Now the real issue is, she looked at you and says that you cannot bring horses or carrying animals, and there is only so much you can carry. It's back. Looks at you. Just I imagine you could get this way I would lay how much you can carry. Because you might want to have water and food. Basically, there are 3 ways you can choose to travel. You can travel light and have 5 days worth of stuff. You could travel mediumly and have 10 days, or you could take 20 and travel in a very heavy way. It is worth noting that hunting and foraging in this area has a +10 to the difficulty because of the incredible scarcity of game and edible plants.
What would that make the difficulty, like generally then?
Well, the difficulty for hunting, foraging, is dependent on how long essentially are you willing to spend.
Yeah. How long you spend doing it.
For example, if you want to spend 12 hours, it's DC 3, which becomes 13.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any limit to other items that we carry?
Not go overboard.
Right.
Basically,
because
10
I would like,
is not really.
Yeah, I would like a pickaxe.
All right, you can probably put a pickaxe on you somewhere. But I'm interested, basically, if you're going to travel light or medium load or heavy load, you're going to travel a lot slower the more you have, as you're having to take different routes and such. On the other hand, the less you have, the more dependent, at least at the beginning, you'll be on finding more.
I think medium is decent. We have a decent supply. We have a good chance of finding more. And as we go on, we can create our own stashes and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Light seems to be a little bit risky, and heavy seems to be slowing us down too much, to me.
I agree.
Well, we'll definitely slow down. We'll be slowed down less as the days go on. Like heavy would turn into medium, which would turn into light.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
You do have the benefit of surprise so far, at least if you go by the Tower of Joy road. I don't think they have scouts there. They definitely have scouts here watching our patrols and such. You should be able to travel down the Princess Pass to the Tower of Joy fairly easily, as you don't seem to be a party with a cart or anything, meaning that they are unlikely to bother you for stealing. Also beware if you have your armor on in there. Climbing can get very difficult with such things. So can running from a rock slide. Or getting away from anything. And as I said, you do not want to travel during the day.
No, we don't. Luckily, I have night eyes, so I could probably lead us fairly effectively even in the dark.
1 out of 5 ain't bad.
Exactly, just follow me. Don't lose sight of me, all right?
Everyone hold hands.
Any questions?
Don't think so.
Right.
My lord, House Caladan has been attacked by vultures wearing exceptionally well-made armaments. Have your patrols ever figured out, are they coming from Kingsgrave? Like, from where do these armaments come?
Since we haven't experienced as well armored and armed people as you suggest, either they are a small group of the vultures having access to this, or, I mean, looks again and says some of the core people from well, likely the Roost have, for some reason, managed to leave the mountains and travel towards you. I would imagine that they would have kept such troops for their eventual attack. For some reason, that might not have been possible in this way. It seems like a bit of a strategically foolish action to make people aware of your supply in this way. Before that point, we simply thought they would be unequipped, at least with anything major.
They expected to kill us. There's no doubt about that.
However, saying that, I have no doubt at all. So lowers his voice a little bit, looking around at you, saying that the lords of Manwoody, Fowler, Will, probably, Winewood and Blackmont, all have invested in this. Maybe even lords from further away. Such a host in such an inhospitable place would simply not be possible without great supply. The fact that I think all of them are aiding, well, no one seems to be willing to tell on anyone. I'm suggesting that they're all guilty, covering for one another. Or at least not innocent enough to tell us anything. Then again, it's not their merchants who are being attacked, it's ours. Who knows what they get paid to allow that to happen. The Dornish men always seem to escape into the mountains, strangely enough.
It's what they do best, isn't it?
You know, it's...
I don't have any further questions. I think we have enough.
To restate it then, there are really three good targets to begin with. There's the Roost itself, finding some way to, I don't know, but removing that as a collection point to the enemy, somehow stopping the water from flowing or doing something to it. I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't really know what could be done, but that would likely shut down the vultures for good. At least this century. Going south, you could try to cut off the manpower or the supply lines. There's likely a lot of them there, but they're likely to be ill-equipped and not as well trained. Simple masses, though, and they will likely be able to escape, well, some of them, and bring word that you are there. And if you do have enemies who are willing to ride across half the marshes to get to you, you will likely find that an unpleasant switch around of who's hunting and who's being hunted. Beyond that, there's the center, trying to take out some of the most well-trained and most hardcore of them. They will not expect that, but they are also going to be ready for, well, wild animals at least. Removing as many of those as possible might be a good starting point, simply because you can easily move to either of the other ones should you find additional information. I wish you great luck in this. We're going to try to up our activity here to try to draw some attention here. Might take it away from you. It's going to cost men's lives, though. So I want you to... Shakes his head and says, no. You will do your best, I know.
Well, we'll make it worth it, my lord.
Yeah, that's good.
let's get to it then, I guess.
Alric nods and says, alright, let's get going. The less people that die on this end, the more people that can die on their end.
All right. Line them up.
Also, Baron will leave all his money in the keep. Doesn't really want
Sure.
to head out with that.
The money.
I guess we'll take your money. Sorry, man.
I can take that.
Suddenly,
Oh, thank you.
Suddenly we see Baron pull out this whole chest out of his bag.
Yeah, he just pulls a whole chance.
This is why I can't ride a horse. Bring all this with me.
Why didn't you
Picked it
leave
up in
that back
Bravos. They said my family had money there, so...
Why didn't you
I
leave
just-
that at respite?
So,
Well,
what are we
I-
going
I-
after? And what
I
stuff are we bringing?
Following the general advice of our good guide here, seems like a good idea. Going after the elite, we have the advantage. If we can take a lot of them out, that would certainly cripple a lot of the vultures and make it easy for further operations.
But then we have to go all the way in there.
And we have to fight the best of theirs.
It's just skirmish,
yeah.
border
Uh,
skirmish.
Wait,
In
is
their
Alaric
home
right?
terrain.
I mean,
So Alaric's
Yeah,
is
the
totally
other
up for
option-
fighting all of them, but
the other option is to go for the supply lines. We can't really attack the roost yet. Like that would.
I'm gonna
need-
give you a map that has a bit of a zoomed-in version of this map, so you can see a little more.
I do
Visible.
like the
There
idea
we go.
I do like the idea of going
Red mountains.
for the supply lines, blocking off the paths, but
It's just that the problem, like, Bree is all for killing every single one of the motherfuckers. It's just Grim here is the player talking. Like, she's 12. Like, you can't fucking reason with her. She'll fucking kill all of them and, like, burn everything. But, like, Grim here is, like, you know, it's like going to fight Sir Alaric at his terms, like in a battlefield of his choosing where he's the most familiar. Like, if these guys are the most hardcore, I've lived in these mountains for 37 years. You know, like this weathered, like, veined hand that operates this bow so skillfully, and we're fighting all of them.
it's not gonna end well.
But we don't.
There-
The thing is, we don't know how many there are. We do, if we believe our good host here, they don't expect us. So if we can hit them hard, we could potentially take a lot of them out in one, like, real fell swoop.
I just figure that, like, through, like, their abilities to track, they might notice us coming, like, after the elite before we get there. It'll just be... I don't know.
yeah, that's my worry, but you know, if we do stuff in the mountains, like fuck up their trade or whatever, then they're gonna notice us there, so...
Well, it's also the furthest to go, my understanding. If we want to go to the heart where all these, like, weathered assholes live, we're gonna have to find these weathered assholes.
I thought he said that
You
that was
have
the center point.
badasses.
Badasses.
Like white, it doesn't really work.
Yes, but we don't exactly know the paths to take to get to the badasses. It would be like, you know, I can show you guys Deepwell Keep. I don't know the paths to take to get you to Deepwell Keep, even though I've been there.
Like the heart of it. There's like this part down here is like the south of it. And up here we have like the northern edges of like people. So you know, you could go sort of assume you start here at least this way down, deal with that. You could sort of go that way. You could go up here just to have it easy, not really do much, but you know. From there you could then go down here or continue up there.
It's in this, like, outer circle bit, basically.
Yes, we would have to find the elites as they lurk in the mountains.
Yeah.
If they've lived for this long, I mean, I guess you could try to track down the elites.
I mean-
Survival man.
I mean, the thing is, they're moving around. I don't think they necessarily are hiding their tracks because they are like, who's gonna attack us here? We don't need
Yeah.
to. We need to
Well,
hide
predators,
here.
Shadowcats or something.
Yeah, Shadowcats, but that's what they're gonna be like expecting, right? It's like a Shadowcat doesn't track by looking at footprints, it tracks by smell, probably.
Yeah.
So maybe they mask that, but they probably won't mask their general like passing. Although it is rocks and stuff, it's difficult to track. But
Whereas if we attack the supply lines first, then the elites will be like, "Fuckers will come in here."
Yeah.
Yeah,
They will be
we'll
alerted
get
by
those
that, but they might be like a bit more aggressive, and they might be weakened by that also.
The chance that the not so badass people are gonna run into the difficult area is certainly smaller than the badass people running out of it to get you. Not a lot of people are gonna reinforce this area here when you show up, because if you can beat those guys, you can beat those guys.
My concern is going after these guys is that we will definitely set off the alarm. These guys will know that something's up and they will come after us whole hog.
They'll just set up ambushes for.
It's very risky going after these directly, but I like the idea because first of all, it's very ballsy, and we would have the surprise. Hopefully,
we'll lose the surprise if we don't go for them. The first
Or, and this is the black-hearted nature of Grimmeth here, as we go into full-on devil mode. Our gracious host here mentioned the whole idea of finding the spring, like at the Roost Warrior is, we can pull a Kefka from Final Fantasy 3/6, poison the entire river going all the way down to Will itself.
Yeah, I thought of that as well. We would need because that's how you would take out the Roost. It's like, well, do something to the water supply, and immediately I thought
zero repercussions.
Yeah, but surely, just surely they must have their badass people around that water supply.
No, I think
who
undoubtedly
would get to that though. Like, who could?
the thing is, we need to find out a potent enough poison for that to be
wildfire. Just pour like all the
pour
wildfire
straight in.
That would work. The problem with that is it's a spring and it will it won't stay there.
It'll
What
make
if we
a
throw a lot of
deeper.
the slime there? That seems to fuck up everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Like stick it to the
Yeah, stick it into the opening.
bottom there. That would certainly work.
Slam
would work.
that.
What, you would
Slime.
poison the entire river?
Yeah, but then we'd have to get there as well. Which
I think
that has to be if there is a central spring filling the entire river, that is going to be
There are a few
guarded.
springs running to the river, but yeah, generally they come from underground caverns, as you know, down by that also empty out down
I don't
by.
think any of us are
Whitewood.
spelunkers.
Nah.
But they certainly. This is basically the area where they begin to run out in the open.
That'll be guarded to all hell.
I mean they have
No
the keep
doubt.
on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
yeah.
We need. I think going after Roost, we would need a method of disrupting the flow, and we would need. Yeah, and then like taking on the
Oh god.
I'm still here.
Oh,
I
okay.
pointed
taking
my
on-
arrow and then it crashed.
taking on the Roost itself. I think it's probably too risky. I like the Kefka idea. Boy, do I!
I don't like really want to do it. It was just like me being like
It's an option. It's not
villainous.
like
Yes.
don't want to actually do it.
Personally, I think the elites are the way to go. Take
I mean,
out.
I guess we're doing this to fight people, so I suppose we can fucking like hunt down these elites. But holy fuck!
I'm not saying it's not dangerous and it's easy.
It sounds like a quick ticket to go to the alternate universe where Baron Flowers and his group of slaves like managed to escape from the fighting.
10 years ago.
oh shit.
Or we just need a red witch to resurrect us. That has happened.
There we go. You can.
I don't know what you're talking about. Magic's not real, Jonas. Magic's not real.
Who's to say what is real or not in these hellish mountains?
Me,
Oh, okay.
leading
Well,
authority.
Well, that was easy. Leading Song of Ice and Fire lore authority, Grimmeth.
Magic doesn't exist in the Red Mountains. It just hates you that much.
Okay. Just more the place.
The Red
itself.
Mountain doesn't need magic. It's already
Okay.
hostile enough.
Can't refute that. All right, let's.
Alright, edit my token for the third time.
Should really save it.
Also, of course, Manakai's excellent work on the.
It's
Red
okay.
Mountain.
I committed it to memory. I hope you all did the same. Let's. I can
Always
go
do.
to this tower of aptly named joy.
I
Yes,
was,
it's a wonderful place.
It wasn't so wonderful the last time we were here.
I was drinking a bit of Talsberg recommended whiskey, so I didn't memorize. I'm sorry.
Lightweight.
Away to the elites.
But I don't know. I almost think that we should carry along like heavy supplies. That by the time we get to the Tower of Joy, our burdens will be loosened.
Well, the idea is you can load up whatever supplies you want there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that they still like kept
a stash put there because you were going to go there. So.
All right. Good.
We come there, it's empty. The vultures are like having a party in the tower.
Oh,
like,
suckers!
Yeah.
It is likely, you're told, that they will be near the entrance, or the entrance on their side, so to speak. Just because it's a good place to be if you want to go down and ambush someone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you deal with those, you should be pretty clear. They're probably not. They're probably going to be the raiders that raid like things and poison dogs and whatnot. So
my hope is that the elite probably doesn't hang out in a clump either. They probably have smaller parties moving around, and if we can start taking those out and not leaving any witnesses, then it might be we might take out enough of them that when they realize what's going on, it's like it might be too late.
The real fear is that if one of them does manage to start running, like, oh my god, like
it'll be a pain, but I have a bow and Bree runs pretty fast, so maybe.
So do I.
Like Bree would go chasing after the motherfucker. I don't want to go chasing after the motherfucker.
I still can't really square come to terms with the fact that Varen is actually a fast, massive man.
Yeah, he has a sprint of 30, so you know. You know these long legs?
Cannonball.
When you see an elephant charging, you better be fast.
Oh yeah, he's learned how to run from that.
No!
Lorik's not really had to worry about that. I mean,
like in the free cities and everything, like so many people kept running away from him that Varen woke up one day and said, "Fuck this."
I'm keeping up.
All I'm doing
he bought a treadmill and
cardiovascular exercise.
He started doing
training montage happened,
and Alaric's like too used to like being coddled and like in the reach of all like the fine foods and shit. Like, oh, it slowed him down.
I was thinking
he's
about
used to rings.
I was thinking about asking if I could have a fear of elephants, but nah.
I mean, you're not really gonna notice. Yeah.
Probably
you can have it, but it probably won't come up. No destiny points.
10,000 elephants amassing in the mountains.
It's like Hannibal is actually like the Vulture King.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
No, I don't want to pick it because then Mannequin would just add a bunch of elephants.
Didn't see that coming.
I mean, you were asking for it.
Yeah.
War elephant. Horrible war elephants. Bloodthirsty bastards.
I would just doom the campaign by picking it.
Yeah, we're like swings.
Yeah.
I guess then.
I have a fear of dragons.
How long are we staying, Lord Commander, head of the expedition, before we travel south?
I'd presume how late is it? I'd probably say just sleep the night, go in the morning.
Rest, like here, have a good meal, you know.
Yeah.
Like
rest and leave in the morning. Our final meal before all death and doom and horror and.
You don't have salt. Like generally when you travel food, you get like salted stuff and a lot of dried stuff, but that's kind of risky here because you don't want anything that drains water from you. So the food is extra bland. For this trip. Just like bread and
bland.
Yeah.
Bree's having flashbacks.
Yeah.
Also,
maybe we can catch a goat. Goat stew or something.
Did you have a token for my son, Medicae, or should I just add it?
I don't.
Right, I'll add one in the kitchen.
One in the kitchen, sure.
So that the next time the server crashes.
Yep. I have tried to add paintings and it's just nope. No, I didn't add anything.
You have to leave Decim and his paintings behind you.